Today I'm going to answer a few questions sent in by a member. The suggestions for a demonstration is the title, and apparently this member is having one or two little problems with pictures sent by email. The member says that it's a problem for me when receiving full-size pictures and wants to know how to reduce them to postcard size. How can I then put them onto one page? If I have a picture in portrait mode, can I change it to landscape? Well, I've loaded on a picture onto my desktop. There's the pretty picture of some swallows just about getting ready for fledging. But what we'll do is, if we right click on this picture, we can open it with one of 4 programs that are suggested: Microsoft Office Picture Manager, Windows Picture and Fax Viewer, PaintShop Pro 6 and Paint. Well, Microsoft Office Picture Manager is the one I'm going to use for part of this solution to the problem. I'm going to go into Picture, and at the bottom of the picture we'll see Resize, and we can resize in this, the little panel on the right hand side. We can do it to a custom width and height. Custom width we want it approximately 6 inches by 4.5, which is acknowledged as being postcard size. We know that 6 inches, if we multiply 6 inches by 72 pixels per inch, it'll give us the total of 432 pixels. So 432, and quite coincidentally, to change the width of that, the height of that picture, we use the same 3 numbers, slightly different round, 324. So I click OK, and more or less straight away, it doesn't take a lot of working out, but you can see it there, just changing the picture to what I believe to be the right thing. So we're going to save that as, don't save it over the original, because if it's not the way you want it, you've messed up the original. But by simply just putting an A after the end of the, in this case it came off the camera, number 464 off the camera, so I put 464A and save that. Now if I go to the desktop, there is my new picture. With this now I'm going to open it again, but this time in Paint, because this is quite a handy program in XP for doing these little tasks. If I click on image, I can flip it. I can flip it horizontal, I can flip it vertical, or I can rotate it at an angle. Now 90 degrees, bump, instantly goes into portrait mode, and then likewise once again flip and rotate by angle 270 to take it the rest of the way round. That is so simple, it's unbelievable. Each time I save it, however, I will save it as rather than save. If you go to save, it will overwrite your original picture. Save as, and you can save it as something totally different. In this case I'll do it as B. So we have for picture from the camera 464, and I've added the letter B at the end of it. So again, coming out, here's my B, and as we see, it's now portrait mode rather than the landscape, which it should be. So that's one way of doing that. Just let me, if we have a look into PaintShop Pro of this particular picture, if we have a look at print multiple images and click on our picture, right down at the bottom here we can see its dimension is 6 inches by 4.5 inches. That is a desired postcard size. Obviously with this program you can manipulate things just a little bit to your own advantage and do multiple pictures of the same sort of variety. It's not difficult in this program, and you can spend hours just messing really, and doing virtually what they do in camera shops and laying 2 or 3 of the same photograph on one sheet of photographic paper. It's also a great way to cut down on waste. So that's just the that's just PaintShop Pro's version of what we're doing. So there we are. That is changing it to postcard size, changing it to portrait mode, changing it to back to landscape, and of course printing them out, more than one per page or only one per page, whichever you prefer. If you want to do a different program, because not everyone's got PaintShop Pro, if we go into Word One of the nice things about Word, if we click on our A version, I can insert a picture from File. We go to My Pictures automatically, but it also gives us the icon for the desktop. Right, and I'll use this one here. There it is, sitting on the page in Word. We know from what we did earlier on that we know the dimensions of this, which is 6 inches by 4.5 inches. Unfortunately, this is in millimeters, or centimeters. So that's got me completely and totally confused because I'm still in old money. There we go, 6 inches across the top and 4.5 inches deep. Took a long time to get there, but we got there in the end. So there we go, that will print one postcard size picture. And obviously you can copy that, move down the page just a little bit and paste it again, and you can get another copy of the same picture. There we go. Do one per page, or two per page, whichever you prefer. You can adjust these margins, obviously. To have a little bit of a slicing border between them. That gives us 2 per page. Again, by adjusting the borders, we can get as many as we like. Includes it for the time being, so what I'm going to show you next is how to do the same thing in Windows 7. Thank you for listening for this part. To continue the theme in Windows 7, again I have the same 2 pictures that we looked at in Windows XP. I'm going to just digress a little bit because I'm going to go to my email box. And I can see that I have an email. And quite coincidentally, it's Swallows again, and there's a picture I've been sent. There's 2 ways I can download this from the email. One, if I right click on the picture itself, I can save the picture as, and that'll go straight into my picture library. Secure download JPEG, which I can just change to Swallows and save it. The other alternative is to click on the attached file. I can see it in a slideshow. I can click on the middle button, which is download, and then continue. And I can save it in downloads folder. And it's literally as simple as that. I know some people get a bit worried about doing tasks in case they break the computer or upset the email, but it is literally as simple as that. If I can go to my downloads folder, I can see there's a picture there which seems to have lost its seems to have lost its definition. But all I did then was, sorry, I should have just taken my time there, but all I did is it had a load of junk after JPG because there were some spaces, and all I did is deleted that junk, just finished it with .jpg, which is the JPEG it is. That can then move onto the desktop. It's already there in one form or another. So if I go to my pictures, was the second location, and we can see the swallows there. Again, that's the same picture. Right, in Windows 7, this whole operation of reducing pictures, if we open with, again we have similar choices, Microsoft Office Picture Manager, we can do it in Paint, which we'll select because Paint is common. One of the nice things about the modern Paint is that we have the resize button there on the desktop, and like the Windows XP version, we know that the numbers were 432 for the horizontal, the width of the picture, 432 in pixels, and it's 324 vertically. Click OK, and literally as quickly as I can say it, it's changed to that particular size. So if we resize it, I should be able to change need to save it as. Again, save as. Never save as your. Just don't click save, because if you've changed it, you will have changed your only copy that you've got, perhaps. So again, we'll just we'll call this one the picture from the camera C at the end. Right, there it is. Wonderful stuff. And if I right-click that and ask it its properties, details, and it will tell me it's 432 by 324. Well, we know by conversion that measures 6 inches by 4.5 inches. That's literally, again, to show you that slowly, it's right click on the picture, and it's go to the properties, and it's go to details, and the details will tell you the dimension of the picture. Again, if that was the wrong way round, and if I open with Paint, I can then rotate the picture just like that. Right. It is so simple to do in Windows 7 version of Paint. There we go, back to the original location. Many other things we can do, but I'm not going to try and confuse the issue today. So there we are. That's how we change it to landscape and portrait, is by clicking on the rotate. We can also just use the back button if we made a mistake. There we go. We take it back to the original. We can reduce it to a postcard size. Postcard size being 6 inches by 4.5 inches, or 432 pixels by 324 pixels. So that was it. We know how to sort it all out from emails. Let's have a look about sending this in an email. Here we have 3 pictures. They're all different. At least they've all got different names. The best way, if you've got a lot of pictures, any more than sort of 3 or 4, in this case I'll just stick with the 3, but if you've got any more than 3 pictures, if you drag your mouse over all the 3 pictures together and then right click, you can send to a compressed or zipped folder. All you have to do is literally click on it, and there is your compressed zipped picture. If you just rename that to anything you want, in this case I'll just call it swallows.zip. When I go to send an email, all I have to do is attach that one file to the email, and that will go as a zip file to the recipient. It is literally as simple as that. Load the mail, compose a message to Bill Gates at Microsoft. Subject swallows. An attachment. Attach a file on the desktop. Swallow zip. Open. You'll see it checking it through for antivirus and all the rest of it. Simply write your message. Here's some pictures you didn't want. Regards, someone. There we go, and all we have to do now is send that away, and away it'll go to Mr. Bill Gates. It is as simple as that. There's no hidden clues or no hidden messages, there's no hidden parameters that I've missed out. Plain and simple. All the tools that I've used are available in Windows 7. in this particular half. Obviously with Windows XP you can get all the tools, but maybe not in such an advanced state. That's it for today. Hopefully we'll come back with some more suggestions for demonstrations next time. Thank you for listening.